In this episode of Luthier Quick Tips, I'm going to answer a question from a viewer who asks, is it necessary to level sand and buff a clear coat finish if your intention is to have a matte sheen? It's a good question, and before I answer it, however, I'd like to thank my sponsors for this video, the International Association of Underprivileged Luthiers. I should be helping them instead of them helping me. Okay, so let me answer the question. If you're looking to achieve a matte sheen, you might expect to be able to avoid having to level sand or even buff the surface, because after all, that's typically the process you would follow if you're looking to achieve a high gloss mirror-like shine. With a matte sheen, one would think that the lack of a shine or reflection would help to hide some of the imperfections that normally occur when you spray any kind of a clear coat. However, that's just not the case. And you'll know that's true after you've sprayed your clear coat, let it dry, and then run your fingers over the surface. You can feel a subtle texture. You might even feel some little dust nibs and lint spots that have settled onto the surface. So you need to get rid of those to get that perfectly smooth finish, even though you're only hoping to achieve a matte sheen. So I approach it pretty much the same way as I level sand a clear coat that I'm going to buff out to a high gloss shine. I'll use the Super Acrylics abrasives that I've been talking about in recent videos, and I'll just use a soft foam interface pad on the handle here, and I'll probably start with about a 320 grit, and that will allow me to level down that surface and get rid of any texture or any dust and lint spots. And from there I'll work up to 600, 800, and possibly 1,000. It really isn't necessary to go much beyond that. And there is no reason why you would have to buff out the finish once you're done, because that kind of defeats the purpose. If you're going for a matte sheen, you don't necessarily want to try to buff it. It's not going to really accomplish anything. But if you take it up to 1,000 grit, and you might even want to go a little bit higher than that, that's really up to you. You'll have to examine the surface under a low bright light to see if the scratches are still evident even after 1,000 grit. But you should be able to get the surface really smooth and really enhance that matte sheen that you're going after. Now, of course, when you're going for a matte sheen, you want to spray a clear coat that's formulated to dry as a matte sheen. I know a lot of people think, well, I can spray a clear gloss, let that dry, and then just steel wool it to get the sheen that I want. That doesn't work, because anything that rubs against the surface is going to polish it. So if you've got this nice looking hand rubbed matte sheen on your gloss clear coat, as soon as you put the guitar into a case and tote it around town for a few days, you're going to notice some shiny spots starting to appear where the inside of the case is rubbing against the surface. Also, as you're playing, wherever your forearm might rub against the surface will bring out a shine. Same thing with the back of the neck. If you're going for that really super smooth matte sheen that has that incredible silky feel, if you spray a gloss clear coat and then try to rub it out with steel wool, eventually you're just going to polish it right back up to a sticky feeling high gloss shine. So the answer to the question, you definitely want to level sand your clear coat even if you're going for a matte sheen. So until the next episode, take care, stay safe. Please give me a thumbs up as always, and I'll see you soon.